Cancel me if you want, but being fat is not cute, literally ever.
Hey bestie, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like the video because it helps with my algorithm. So bestie, get ready to be offended because I'm not here to sugarcoat. If you're struggling with your weight, chances are you're making excuses for too long. You tell yourself you're too busy, too tired, too stressed, and yet you scroll endlessly on your phone. The truth is, those excuses are not helping you. They're just keeping you stuck in the same circle. So I put the stitches together so that you watch. I'll be back to share my 2 cents.
Cancel me if you want, but being fat is not cute, literally ever. When someone you know gets diagnosed with a life-threatening disease like cancer or heart disease, are we celebrating that? Are we telling them that they don't need to do anything, they don't need to change anything about their life? No, we don't do that. But we do that with obesity, although millions of people die every year from being obese. And you're shortening your lifespan every year that you are obese. So tell me why. Why do we celebrate that? Why are we so okay with being fat, being lazy? It's not a flex. It is not cute. And I don't care if you're upset or triggered over this because genuinely, it is so unhealthy to be unhealthy. Put yourself first. Understand your future, what you could do, what you could live for if you just got up off your ass.
If you've not got kids and you're not married and you're fat, what the fuck are you doing? Like, get up. Get up. Summer's nearly over. Wasting your youth being fat is a crime. Listening to people who say it's okay to be fat in your 20s and 30s is self-sabotage. They are just afraid to diet, okay? They can't do it, so they want you to be fat. All those enablers who are basically saying, eat whatever you want, wear whatever you want, do whatever you want, get obese, obese is fun. They are just projecting because they cannot control their mouth and food, okay? Sorry, it sounds brutal. I'm not holding a hand when I say it. That is my truth and I'm going to speak it. Stop letting people who are bigger than you keep you in that world of bigness because they just want a pal. They want a companion in the big life together to hold hands with. Make 2026 your year. Sign up for a coaching. I'm a coach. Google my reviews. Pick another coach. There's loads of good coaches out there. Get some help if you can't do it yourself. You wouldn't paint a full house exterior on your own. You'd pay a painter. So go and hire an expert to help you. Wasting your life being obese is depressing. And the sooner you get out of that mental enabling mindset, the better.
You know what really grinds my gears? When people who are fat say, I could never eat like that, when you're referring to healthy food and counting your calories and macros. Well, yeah, I can tell, because you're fat and I'm not. I could never eat like you either, because I have self-respect and I want my body to live a long and healthy life. The worst thing is when they say, oh, it's like a mental condition when you're tracking your calories and your macros and how much protein you're eating. Well, that's actually ironic, because stuffing a double Big Mac meal down your throat isn't exactly healthy either, is it? And a lot of the time it's not their fault. What a load of rubbish. If you're fat, it's your fault. Who else's fault is it? If you're eating more calories than you burn every day, every week, so on and so on, who else's problem is that but yours?
Don't get fat, please. Currently on a weight loss journey. It is 1 o'clock in the fucking morning and I have a sweet tooth that I cannot let go. But the thing is, I don't buy sweets and I don't keep them in the house because I will literally binge on them if I buy them. So I don't buy them. You know, the only thing I have in my house for a sweet treat is this legendary protein Pop-Tart. Don't nobody want no motherfucking Pop-Tart that has protein in it for a sweet treat. Be for real. You know what makes it even fucking worse? Look at how sad this looks. Bitch, I couldn't even get icing on the whole thing. That is crazy. And it smells like straight protein. I think after I eat this, or after I try this, my craving for sweets is going to go away because this looks absolutely rancid. Let's try it. No. Fuck! Disgusting. Next time you're thinking about getting up in the middle of the night to get a sweet treat, just take your big ass to bed, because no.
And I knew I was getting too big when I had to start buying maternity clothes because my belly didn't fit out of my jeans. Yeah, if you can help it, don't ever get big. I'm glad I'm past that stage.
Where is the energy for losing the weight that you had for gaining it? Organising the meals, organising the plans, making sure you looked at the menu before you went so you could get excited for the meal. Where is that energy now that you have to lose the weight? All those meals that you planned, why are you not using that energy to plan the workouts, to plan the meals, to plan the snacks? Unfortunately, having something that you truly want that's worth having, because I promise you, losing the weight is worth it, is going to require some level of discipline, some level of strictness within you. It is going to come from within you like a fire burning in your belly, okay? You are going to wake up one day and think, enough's enough. I need to prioritize myself. With whatever you can get your hands on, however you can do it, you are going to get it done. And nothing is going to stand in your way. When you are truly ready to lose the weight, no one is going to stop you from getting to the end goal of happy, healthy, and wealthy.
There was many annoying things about being 300 pounds, but I think the worst part about it was your body was so big, it would get in the way of itself. And what I mean by that is, like, you literally have so much fat on your whole abdominal. When you would try to bend or try to move, you couldn't because there would be so much fat there. You would get stuck. Like, imagine sitting in a car and you drop something on the floorboard, that you're not getting that item back because you simply can't bend over and grab it because your gut will get in the way. Or this other time I was going up to camp and I fell asleep sitting up on the bus. And I guess I wasn't all the way asleep because I could hear this girl being like, how can Ruby fall asleep sitting up? And it was because I had so much fat around my torso.
The worst thing about being fat or being a bigger girl is not finding clothes. It's not people being mean to you. In my opinion, that's not the worst thing about being fat or being a big girl. The worst thing about that is the type of men you attract. Genuinely, I'm telling you, I swear I attract the weirdest and most odd type of men, and the way that people communicate that they are interested in me is the worst type of ways. Usually when it comes to society's beauty standards, like, bigger girls aren't up there, and that really reflects in the dating pool. Like, men are afraid to publicly date women they find attractive for those reasons, including bigger women. I will have men comment in my comment section or somewhere and say something really mean and hateful about me, or in person, and then they'll hit me up. They'll hit me up and be like, I was just kidding, or I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, and be like, I actually think you're really attractive. Huh? Or, like, genuinely, like, I get catcalled. I'm sure a lot of other women get catcalled, but the way that I get catcalled is just so, like, maybe men think it's more acceptable because I'm not, like, society beauty standard, and they're like, oh, maybe she wants it. Like, she doesn't really get complimented. No, it's so weird. Like, for example, I went to New York a few weeks ago, and I'm sure a lot of people get catcalled in New York. I 100% believe that. But I was there for one day, and the amount of just men on the street that yelled at me, like, very sexual, and mind you, I'm a teenage girl, very sexual, very obscene things. My aunt was appalled. She's like, oh my gosh, do people say this to you all the time? And to be honest, like, in big cities or there's a lot of people, like, I get so many weird, crude comments, and I swear it's because I am a bigger girl. Like, a lot of men are either very ashamed that they are attracted to you, or you're a fetish for men. Or I have noticed a significantly older man will be interested in you. No. So this is one of the many reasons why I do not normally date, because dating as a larger woman, and mind you, when I say larger, I'm like 5'11", 6 foot. I couldn't tell you how much I weigh, but I'm a large gal. So, and I know a lot of people find this very relatable, and it makes me so sad.
If they moved to me in a club, that their friends would make fun of them. I gained a whole 17, 15 kg during the depression phase. Like, not phase, it was a serious thing. Serious deal. In that to 21, I was very much used to being treated a certain way, having certain people talk to me, being approached non-stop attention. And it was strange because once I gained a bit of weight, 180 that I couldn't grasp it. Like, it affected my self-esteem so much. And I started noticing people's behaviors towards me a lot more, or are definitely less likely to help. They're also not as kind. Weren't that nice? I had one guy tell me that if they moved to me in a club, they were attracted to me, but if they moved to me in a club, that their friends would make fun of them. And he didn't recognize that that was really fucked. And I was like,
don't get big. Do anything we want to do, but don't get too fat. Because you're bigger than we actually think right now. And when you start trying to lose weight, at the time they're going to realize how fat, how big you really are. Because at my biggest, me never even realized that me did that big. Like, it's crazy to me, so me did that big and me never did a seat. Me did feel so comfortable, so happy. Me never realized how big me make myself get. And then now losing the weight, oh my God, it takes so much mental strength. It takes commitment, it takes dedication. It's harder than doing a degree, harder than doing anything else. It takes so much mental strength to see the food that you really want to eat and eat the healthier option. Healthy foods not always nice. You can make them nice, but them still not gonna taste like fried chicken and french fries, and them not gonna taste like pizza. You get what I say? So just don't get big. Do any little thing with physical, every day or every other day or whatever you can do. Because I only come gym like 3 times or 4 times a week max, because my work. I don't really have a time. Just don't get too big. Try to eat little cleaner, whatever. Because losing the weight, may I tell you, it really hard.
Being fat is not cute. You are going to have health problems and it's going to shorten your life.
If there was one piece of advice I could give, and one piece of advice only, it would be don't gain weight. Watch what you eat. Because losing the weight is going to be 10 times harder. Like calorie deficit, working out, learning your body. Guys, don't gain weight. It's a pain to focus on food and calories. And, I can't remember when I've eaten properly. I've literally been on a diet my whole entire life. Does that make sense? Do you get what I mean? So one piece of advice I give to anyone is do not gain weight. Eat good. Work out. Guys, don't gain weight. Don't let these plus size influencers fool you. These big mama influencers fool you. These body type positive. It's not cute. It's not cute. Okay, cool. Big mama, big everything. Big bomb, big breast, whatever. But it's not cute. It's not cute. It's not it. And it's not something that you should be looking up to, like praising. Weight loss and weight, whatever, anything to do with weight is so hard. Weight gain, even for the skinny girls, weight gain is hard. Weight loss is hard. Don't gain weight. Don't do that. Do not do that.
People think I'm joking, or people think people are joking when we say don't gain weight, but in all jokes aside, do not gain weight. As someone who gains weight quite easily, I find it so frustrating trying to lose the weight, and then it's off for a while. And I think maintenance is like the hardest part, because losing the weight isn't hard. Maintaining the weight loss is so difficult and so challenging, at least for myself. But through this next few months, I really want to focus on weight loss maintenance, because gaining it easy, losing it challenging, maintaining the weight loss, that's the hard part.
People have their reasons as to why they decided to finally lose weight. You want to know what my last straw was? I went on vacation back in 2024, and my friend took 250 pictures of me, and I did not like not one. Not one. When I tell you, and it's nothing wrong to my friend, she knows how to take pictures, she's good with the angles, we never had this problem, but for some reason these pictures was not giving what it was supposed to give. And I'm gonna show you these pictures. I just didn't like it. And as soon as I came back from that vacation, I locked the fuck in. Now we're in July 2025, 140 pounds down, and I never looked back. That was my last straw. A fucking picture. That's all it took.
That's a video, bestie. So I'm just here just to add on what I think about today's video, okay? Because this video, I know it can offend some of you, but we just have to speak the truth. So you might not want to hear this, but carrying extra weight is costing you opportunities. It's costing you confidence, energy, and even years of your life. People may treat you differently. You may avoid mirrors or even skip events just to avoid judgment. But here's a wake-up call. Nobody's coming to save you. The only person who can change your story is you, bestie. Sometimes the truth is harsh. Losing weight is not about being pretty. It's about being healthy. It's about being able to walk upstairs without losing your breath. About waking up with energy instead of dragging yourself through the day. It's about knowing you're living in the body you deserve instead of being trapped in one that weigh you down. And if you think that's fast shaming, or fat shaming, let me correct you, is self awareness. Shaming is cruel, accountability is love. Holding yourself to higher standard is not hurt, it's respect. If you love yourself, you don't need or you don't feed your body garbage every day. If you love yourself, you don't let comfort win over discipline. Love looks like discipline. But here is where the shift happens. Once you stop being offended and actually absorb this, you realize it's the best gift anyone can give you. The reminder that you hold the power, you're not broken, you're not doomed, you're capable of rewriting your entire life just by making one decision not to give up on yourself. The moment you decide that your excuses are no longer valid, everything changes. You start walking instead of sitting. You start drinking water instead of soda. You start cooking instead of ordering in. Those little changes compound. Before you know it, the mirror reflects a vision of you that you're proud of. It's not about becoming skinny, it's about becoming unstoppable. When you lose weight, you gain something so much greater: confidence, the ability to walk in a room and own it, the ability to take a picture without hiding, the ability to love the way your clothes fit because you fought for the body. And here's the truth: the journey is not going to hurt, you're going to sweat. You're going to create things you never say no to. You're going to face days where the scale doesn't move. But every time you push through instead of quitting, you're proving yourself that you're stronger than the old you. Every sore muscle is a reminder that you're glowing. Every salad you choose over fries is a declaration that you love yourself enough to change, bestie. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you're breaking chains that have held you down for years. And guess what? Nobody remembers the day you quit, but everyone will notice the day you don't. They'll see you glowing, moving differently, smiling without insecurity. They wonder what your secret is, but you know the secret was never a diet, it was a commitment. When you start showing up for yourself, you stop waiting for motivation. You create it. You stop saying, I'll start on Monday. And instead, you start saying now, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. And your future self is just begging. You stop waiting. This is not about perfection. You will mess up. You will have setbacks, but the difference between those who succeed and those who don't do simple: one group gets back up, the days stay down. 4 9 times, get up 10, okay? That only you need. So take this as your sign. Get mad at yourself if you have to. Be offended by the truth if that's what lights up a fire. But let the fire turn into action. You deserve to look in the mirror and feel proud of yourself. You deserve a body that reflects the strength of your spirit. Don't do this for haters. Don't do this to prove anyone wrong. Do this because you deserve to feel alive in your own skin. Do this because you want to see what happens when you stop waiting on yourself. And one day you look back and thank the vision of you who got offended but didn't say, I'm offended. You thank the vision of you who decided that enough was enough. That moment when you realize you are not just losing the weight, you're gaining your life back. So basically, we have to keep like working out. You do your routines. Make sure you have a routine every day. Make sure you do your 30 minutes workout or you do your 30 minutes walk. Every move makes a difference. If you're sweeping the house, that's a plus. You're moving. If you're doing anything, make sure you're moving. Don't sit the whole day, bestie. we about to make our body okay. We are supposed to live healthy, feel good in our bodies. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next episode.